Claudia here. Today I would like to create something different with you, and I wanted to start with a layout. And afterwards, as you just saw, we are doing a card together. Now I choose Pinkfresh papers from the collection Sunshine on My Mind, and I just love these summery tropical papers, so that I just choose 4 of those ones, into one of which into a cut now, because I love those giant florals and I need them on this layout I'm planning today. But the other papers too are very well coordinated as everything with Pinkfresh, and I love to use different papers, a striped one, one with pictures, flowers, and with words. So now we're cutting all out these flowers, the whole sheet, and that's it. And I'm choosing, as always, a white background because I like to work on white backgrounds, and white on white is always nice and fresh. So I don't know about you, but during my travels I tend to have scraps of papers with me where I can trace some designs, whatever comes into my mind. And today I'm excuse me, I'm doing just a simple tearing design to create as much dimension and texture as I can on the page. And as you can see, I'm going for a square design. I'm ripping off all the edges of the first paper, and now I'm bringing in another white cardstock, tracing it around the striped paper so that I can see approximately the size I need to rip out, because I want this white paper to be a little bigger than the striped paper. Just putting it on, and then you can see we have already created the first layer, and I'm doing the same with a lovely shell paper, and the shell paper will be popped up on a piece of pop-up foam so that we have also the dimension. And that's what it is all about, texture and dimension. And I'm just zooshing up the edges here so that you can see where we are going with this design. As I said, very simple but very efficient and effective, this tearing design. Now I'm bringing in the photo, a rare occasion. I asked my son to take a selfie even, so that I at least have a photo of him. That's how far it has come. But anyways, so now I'm pulling in the paper with a nice words, and they have a grungy look to them, I find, but I like the color because it goes so well with the striped paper. So what I'm now doing is I'm cutting out 3 of the words, because as you will see, these words will be used as my title. So, and I'm ripping also the sides of these words, tearing them so that we have the same look, and that coincides very well, works very well with the overall design I'm going for today, and that's the tearing, torn paper design, obviously. And if you watch closely, even the photo is torn at top and the bottom. So I'm just adding those words here, and I have my title, Scenic Summer Smiles. That's a fun title, but I think it goes well with a picture. And then we start with the fun part, which to me always is fun, because now we're starting to fill in the actual design with the fussy cut pieces, the fussy cut flowers. And I love the pinks and the oranges, and I find that is such a nice color combo with these papers. And then I'm popping in on top of these bigger flowers, I will pop in the white ones. They just strongly remind me of hibiscus. I don't know whether it even is, but to me they are just beautiful. And I love the little blue shades in the white flowers, and again, that is nicely reflected in the striped paper and in the title words. This blue is just a nice aqua shade, and I find they all go so nicely together. So I'm popping some of the flowers up and just exchanging a little bit here and there as I see fit. And I will add another flower at the bottom, and a bigger one at the top to just fill it in a little more, to achieve some fullness in the overall design. And along the way, as you can see, I'm now starting to fill in even more with the leaves, which I fussy cut too. I actually fussy cut the whole paper, and as you will later see, we have enough left over. But that's a topic we'll talk about later at the end of the video. So I'm just filling in here with the leaves here and there as much as I can, and you can see that the whole design is coming together nicely. It looks much fuller now, and I'm starting to like it. I'm showing a few close-ups so that you can see the dimension of it, and I'm pulling in some of the puffies because I like them, and I need to do some more. I find add something more. So the puffies are always a good way to give it more texture or dimension, because they are puffy, they have a different structure, different texture, and I like these little summery puffies. Just a few hearts scattering here and there, and then we're going over to the ephemera. I'll just nestle this little, these sunglasses are cute, so I'm just not sure where to put them, so I ended up putting them underneath the word summer. And now I'm starting to glue on other little ephemera, which I see fit. I wanted that orange peach and a little cut of flag, a little, bits and pieces here and there. And off camera, I added some of the nice metallic watercolor in the aqua shade. As you can see, it's a very nice metallic shimmer, which I so love. And if you like, you can leave a comment and let me know what you think about this. So after this layout, I am left with a lot of leftovers. And what do? We are doing a card, as I mentioned. And the card will be the same style as the layout. The only difference, as you can see, is the format. So this is more of a rectangular format, but I'm doing the exact same style. I'm ripping and tearing the paper to create layers. Here you can see that I do add a little bit of foam underneath the second layer, all the while zooshing up the sides, because I love that look. It's really nice and very efficient. And I'm now trying to see what I do, what I place, and what I use from the leftovers of the papers. I'm just doing the placement now of the flowers. And I'm attaching them, and that's how it looks now with the flowers. Before I glue on and add more leaves, because we also need to fill in the card a little bit more. It looks a little bit bleak now, but after a while you will see it will fill in. And I'm using all the bits and leftover papers to fussy cut or hand cut some free cut, so to say, free form cut leaves. And therefore I use these papers in the teal shade. And I'm just thinking on the back of this paper there's a darker teal, which I will also use, just freeform cutting as I go, just to fill in, every nook and cranny of this card until I like the composition. I will actually also use another one of the puffies. It just comes in very handy. I'm just trying to figure out where. I think this is the best place, right in the middle where the main cluster of flower is. And I'm using some leftover mini alphas from my stash, but you can also use different things like a hand cut, a stamped sentiment, but I personally love just the word love. And here I'm pulling in again the layout so that you can see both. It's kind of seems to me almost like a set, but of course you can't give both away, at least I won't. So you see the card, that is the rectangular design, whereas this is the layout is more of a square design, and I like how they both go together very well. And this concludes our session. Let me know in the comments how you like this, and I'm glad that you were here today. And a few close-ups conclude the session. I hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.